and welcome to Plaid Stallion's Toy Ventures. I'm your host, Brian, and this week we've got another unboxing of weird knockoff action figures. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know that I have been buying a collection of oddball and bootleg items from the United Kingdom for about the past 5 years, and it is also going to be the subject of my upcoming book, Knockoffs, Totally Unauthorized Action Figures, hopefully coming out this December from Plaid Stallion's Press. A couple of the items in this box may well find their way into this book. In fact, I think one of them already has. So let's not stare at a cardboard box anymore. Let's just get straight to the toys. Our first subject has the wordiest header card I've seen in a long time. Need help? Call Emergency Rescue 999, Emergency Rescue Services. For those not in the know, 999 is the UK's version of 911. They've had it since the 1930s. And I think the figure itself is supposed to be a fireman. However, it is basically a knockoff figure, and I'll get into who he is, in what looks like the Alan Carter spacesuit from the Palitoy Space 1999 series. This is not the first figure I've had like this. If you guys remember from an earlier episode, I had a figure called Pit Stop Pete, which actually was an Alan Carter, but they were trying to pass him off as some kind of race car driver. The figure itself is on a very crude body. This is a very cheap blow-molded body. And his head is a copy of a figure called Mighty Gary, which was, I believe, by More Toys. And Mighty Gary was one of the plethora of Mego Action Jackson knockoffs out there. The head has a very, very crude paint job, and the hands still have the flashing from the mold on them. This is a really slapdash action figure upon inspection. There is a price tag on it. This came from a store called Frank Beach in Holywell, and it cost £1.95. Wow, that is money not well spent. I have no idea when this came out, but I would assume sometime in the late 70s, early 1980s. Our second subject may well be my favorite in this box, and it is Tough Guy Action Men. These bits of art appear to be taken from men's magazines at some point. These are really quite ironic. The figure itself appears to be a clone of a clone, just like the last figure was a knockoff of a knockoff. We've got the same thing going on here, as I believe this figure is supposed to be Dynaman, which was a very popular 1970s G.I. Joe clone. It sold around the world. It was very popular internationally, and he really got around. His head was used for characters like Airfix's famous Atomic Man, and infamously as the head for Gay Bob in the United States. This is not a Dynaman figure per se. It is actually quite cheaply made. And he kind of has a look of sadness about him, to be perfectly honest with you. He also comes with this real hodgepodge of knockoff G.I. Joe parts. These are the kinds of things like these helmets and these hats, and especially that gun, which you see in the bottom of every G.I. Joe case that you find in a parts lot. Yeah, this is a really slapdash action figure. And I just, love the combination of this well-made card and these just terrible accessories. Now, the price tag for this is from Go Gay, the gift shop in Blackpool we've talked about before. I don't know what it is about these seaside shops, but I've read and heard on several occasions that they were a dumping ground for everything worldwide. And I was recently watching an episode of a show called Toy Shop on Tour, and they went to Blackpool, and they touched upon the fact that Blackpool was just this dumping ground, and you can find things there that you can't find anywhere else, especially in the UK. So I'm just really fascinated by this kind of stuff. And finally, the weirdest figure in this box, and something I've seen before because I have a couple of these now, superhero play figure. And you'll notice the rather generic attempts to make Batman and Superman and the Flash look weird. And what the figure is it is a Palitoy fist-fighting Robin in a Palitoy Captain America suit with his Robin shoes and a cape and this superhero logo. The Palitoy Robin has a red hand and a flesh hand. That's a sign of quality. And this is the third figure I've gotten in this range. The other one, of course, is Captain America in a Batman suit. Captain America is a fist fighter. And the Human Torch in a Klingon outfit, again, with that superhero's logo. I can't begin to conjecture what this is other than really scraping the bottom of the barrel of what I'm assuming is Palitoy's overstock. They went out of business or closed their doors in the early 1980s. Palitoy did do their own product assembling, meaning they put the figures on the cards in the UK. So there would be overstock and damaged figures and that sort of thing. And it just seems like they cleared this stuff out and somebody got a little creative. There's been a very interesting pattern to this. The first batch of figures I got, some of them were complete, mint, loose Palitoy figures in a baggie with a superhero header card. And then I started getting ones that were missing pieces, or their chest stickers, or they were packaged with the wrong gloves. Or you get a really minty figure with a really noticeable defect, like the eyes on this Palitoy fist-fighting Spider-Man. And now I feel like I'm almost at the end with this. Like these are the bottom of the barrel, the scrapings just being put together. All of them have price tags from that store, Pramland of Lee. Someone who has visited there many times as a kid told me that there was a spinner rack full of clearance and oddball figures and baggies like this, but he went on to tell me it was a really small part of the store. The store itself didn't have a ton of this kind of stuff, so I just find that really interesting because I've found so many different things that say Pramland of Lay, and they're a pound or 50 pence in the case of one of these figures. They truly are some of the weirdest things I own, and I'm very grateful that they found their way to me. A quick note that all 5 issues of our magazine, Toy Ventures, are now available in a bundle. If you like vintage toys, and why would you be watching this if you didn't, please consider checking out our magazine. It is all vintage toys all the time in a premium full-color format. Thanks. That is all the time I have this week for you, folks. I hope you've enjoyed my unboxing. If you're new to this, I hope you will consider hitting like and subscribe. This is the kind of stuff I do every week. And if you want to chat about this kind of crazy stuff, you can leave me a comment below, or you can hit me up in my Facebook group, Mego Knockoff Headquarters, where this is exactly the kind of conversation we want to have. It was the birthplace of Toy Ventures magazine, and it's one of my favorite places on the web, and there's some truly amazing things to be seen there. That's all for this time. Thank you as always for watching. Until next time, be well and talk toys, not others. See you in a couple days.